I just finished my third book. My first book was about, I call it Uncommon Courage. It was about those people from the little Clarendon County, South Carolina, that started the efforts that led to that 1954 Supreme Court decision, Brown v. Board of Education. Started right here in South Carolina, a little town of Summerton, just about 20 minutes from where I'm sitting right now. So I wrote a book about them. Then my second book was called Blessed Experiences. You see it here behind me. That book is all about my life, and it's really my memoir. But after January 6th, I embarked upon writing a third book. And I finished the book, spent last week doing the audio. It's going to be released in November. And in that book, I lay out some things I think that we need to be aware of, what we need to learn from, and what we need to be careful about. I used to teach history, and I used to tell my students all the time, anything that's happened before can happen again. And I think that's where we are today. Now, our forebears back in the 1870s were only 13 years out of slavery when they lost all of their rights in 1877. We had the benefit of that history. We had the benefit of learning what happened, why it happened. And we ought to now make sure that we don't make those same mistakes again. George Santayana, someone I've read often, once intoned, if you fail to learn the lessons of history, you're bound to repeat them. Right. And so what I'm trying to do, and this tonight is a part of it, getting people to understand that the history is what it is. You can't change it, but you can learn from it. And if you learn from that history, then it's incumbent upon you to take steps to make sure you don't repeat that history. And one of the things I've seen over the last several years is that people have decided that, well, it's always been this way. Well, what I do won't make any difference. If that's true, what did John Lewis and all the people of Selma, what did they give up on that bridge trying to get the right to vote? And they changed their lives. When they got the vote in Alabama, we got the vote in South Carolina, we got the vote all over the country, things changed. So how can you look back on what happened during Jim Crow, look back on Brown v. Board of Education, look back on what our parents and grandparents went through, and the history is right there, how clear our participating in the voting process changed all of that. Now, all of a sudden, you says, well, I'm not going to vote because my vote won't make any difference. How can you possibly come to that conclusion if you know the history? And so I think that what we've got here is people are not engaged in exactly what it is they're participating in the process is all about. So the first thing is, you've got to participate in the process. You can't stand over in the corner somewhere and just wish this thing away.